Okay, welcome to Science Flight, Chapter 3, Lesson 1. This is going to be the final lecture on Lesson 1. We're going to talk about G-forces. We're going to go through some of the equipment we use to keep ourselves protected from the G-forces. We're on page 233 with the effects of G's. We actually went through yesterday pictures on YouTube of pilots passing out. Military study kids. Why do pilots pass out when they pull G-forces and they don't do the proper straining maneuver?
Because all the blood rushes from their head.
Where does the blood go?
Their legs or their hands.
Ding, 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 ding. Good job. Extremities. Yes, they go to extremities. Your pressure of your head decreases, so therefore you have to grunt and groan and strain so that you can actually have proper G straining maneuvers so you don't lose consciousness. I need a volunteer from my military studies class. Who's that? Hello? Hello, I need a volunteer. Okay. Cadet Barrios, come on out down. Everybody give her a round of applause. Give her a round of applause. Cadet Barrios, come on down. Oh. Let me give you a hint. If nobody volunteers, the person who hides the most...
I wasn't hiding.
Oh, wasn't hiding. All right, here's a seat. Jump into your really cool F-15 right here.
I want to be in a wop-wop.
Okay, you are a fighter pilot, and you're trying to protect yourself against... And first of all, we must keep you protected. This is a G suit. You must put on from the top. Put on, here you go. Put it right here, right here.
Wait, where's the...
This is the back. Lean forward.
Okay.
It's a vest. Okay. Okay, right here. All right, there we go. You must... Okay, Pierce, come here and help her out there. Okay, you must zip her up. Okay, so she is nice and snug. Remember yesterday we talked about you must have something to strain against. And let me zoom this in so we can get it nice and... Cody, get out of the way. Stand up and get out of the way so I can get a nice little picture of here. Stand up and get out of the way. Let's see, whose head is that? Malusinik, how about you get out of the way, please? I'm being so nice, aren't I? All right, there is a nice picture of our cadet. She has got a vest, a G straining vest. That is pretty cool, huh? All right, and this... Let's see, what do you do with this? Do you suck on it?
It's an air hose.
It's an air hose. You go plug this into your air socket, and this gives you positive pressure around your chest so that you can strain and grunt. And when you do that, your blood pressure up in her head stays, she's got a big head. She's sticking a big head and a big pressure. All right, but we have only got half of her body protected. Oh my gosh, get up here, it's front and center here.
I'll pass.
Oh my gosh, everybody recognize G-suit? Okay, this really saves your life. Stand up, stand up. Okay, put this around her. This is the front. Okay, go around her back here. Right here. Okay, and then around each leg.
Hang on. I'm too short.
There you go. All right, there you go. Just get one thing there. All right, around her leg. Come on, you gotta get your legs going here. Come on. All right, all right. All right, zip her up. Zip her up. She's on TV here. Okay. This type of stuff is not in Hollywood movies. This is a little. Why do I have to do all this? Cadet Barrios said, "Oh, there's a G suit." Okay, she was looking pretty sharp now. All right.
There's it behind in the bush.
Okay, now she's starting to panic and her blood pressure is going up. Just you don't have to zip. Yeah, just there. Okay, got it. Here, give me that. We can get that other leg going. Get that other leg going.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
We appreciate you volunteering for this.
You bet. I would totally volunteer.
Okay, so why are we putting the G-suit on our lower extremity?
So it doesn't touch my leg.
It pushes the blood in, yes. and she blows up like a Pillsbury Doughboy. Guys in the back, stand at attention. I do not need you all talking. Stand up the rest of the period. Bodenberg, stand up. I'm asking you not to talk. Okay, so the actual pressure is in the actual G-suit. The G-suit has a lot of neat other things in there besides the pressure. It's absolutely fitted to your body. That's why it didn't fit her body as well. That's why, believe it or not, her body's a little smaller than mine. So it's pretty large on her. But look, she's got another hose. What does she do with this hose? Does she suck out oxygen out of this hose? She sticks that down in the plane, and it gives her positive pressure. And I know this looks weird. I'm just trying to do this, okay? You blow up her pressure.
It's getting tight. Hey, it's puffing up. It's so squishy.
And it actually puffs up air into her G-suit, and so now she can get ready to practice the G-straining maneuver. Oh, but you know what? Is she going to be able to breathe at 40,000 feet?
Yes.
What does she need? Sit down. Sit down. You're not quite there yet. The actual...
Okay, now.
Oh my God.
And this helmet here has been supersonic, okay? Many, many times, actually.
Ah!
All right, stick it on there. All right, perfect. Perfect. And you know what? I don't know how girls do this hair thing in flight jets, but they do.
Ah, it's coming out my mouth.
And then, of course, the sun is in her eyes, right? Oh!
Ah, my nose.
Oh, her nose. Okay, all right. All my MS-200, everybody assume the position. Get in your plane. Put your feet on the ground.
Yeah, get in your guys' planes.
Assume the position. All right,
How do you get in your plane?
get ready. Everybody assume the position. All right, we're going to practice our G-straining maneuver, okay? Put your feet on the ground. All right, pretend. I tell you what you can do is hold the hoses like it's the throttle and the stick. All right, everybody, when I say get ready to do your G-string maneuver, everybody just start grunting like they're on the bathroom. You're going to tighten up your legs, you're going to tighten up your chest, and you're going to let out air every 4 seconds. Here, I'll be right here with you. I'm your wingman here. All right. Ready? Set, go. Guess what?
I passed out.
You're not very good. You're being shot at. You got to turn around and check 6 now, okay? All right, turn around and check 6. Move.
When I move?
All right, everybody give her a round of applause. Yay! Chris, help me that off.
Ow, my eyeball.
I don't know. What do you do with long hair like that? That's kind of a...
Back? Keep moving. Feel it. Quit moving. Sorry. Hold your ground. Okay. Ow.
All right, Cody, you can get back in your seat. Where's Melissa? Get back in the seat. You guys can sit down. Yes.
What does it say on,
Quiet. What now?
what does it say on the cover of
This is actually has your your call sign, your name, whatever. This is actually donated. This is not my particular one. This is donated by actually Mr. Butler. You know, other fighter pilots have done this. Okay, guys, and again, you can see that these suits are absolutely adjusted to your body. They actually have zippers to make you hey, maybe you went out and ate Mexican food the night prior and you feel kind of feeling big, so therefore you don't you zip this up, or you're skinny, you hammer it down. You actually also wear special gloves. And these are called Nomex, which are absolutely fireproof. You can take a flame and put it on here, and this material will never catch on fire. The front part is actually pigskin or leather, so that you can have really specific control of your fingers. Thank you. And the reason you do not fly, does anybody know why you do not fly with cool leather gloves like you see in some of the movies from World War II? Why do you not fly with leather gloves? What now?
Because they combust.
They combust, but actually what happens to leather when you heat it?
It gets stiff.
It shrinks.
Yeah.
And there are many bad stories of World War II pilots that did not have the modern super fabrics that had leather gloves, and you get in a fire and your hands shrink and you turn into claws. And it was a sad thing. A lot of the pilots who were in fires, they may not die, but they would not have used their hands for the rest of their life. So the type of situation, this could shrink all you want, but this is expandable. And these are exactly what all the pilots, all the fighter pilots, all the military pilots still wear to this day. They're not very warm at all, but they're very protected. Okay, the actual G suit is what is called. The vest has other neat things in here that you actually can use. First of all, you have these straps around your legs that you can actually put your mats or your planning materials. Nowadays, a lot of that stuff is digital. It's right there on your digital screens, so that's kind of out of date. But this is very interesting. You might know what this is.
Knife pocket.
Great. Exactly what it is. And this is actually called a parachute knife. When you sit down in the plane, your parachute connects to your back. And I guess I shouldn't have this in a studio. Can I get in trouble for having this in a school? This is a parachute knife. It's a hook knife. And when you actually eject from a plane, which I'll cover some part of this class. You eject from a plane, you have your parachute down. Well, sometimes you may be ejecting upside downwards. Or you may be ejecting at a weird angle with a weird wind, and the canopy does not inflate properly. It may have bubbles in it, or the lines get mixed up. If the lines get mixed up, guess what? You got this, and you can pop off the line to make it inflate fully and come into land. The other end of it is a true knife, which you would use in a survival situation. So you eject over enemy territory, or heck, out in the wilds of Arizona, you need to survive in order to live. To do it. Why is it connected with this? Why is it connected with this? Yeah, I mean you're floating down. You want to drop your knife, so everything is connected to you in your knife pocket. You have lots of other pockets down here on the bottom that you can put stuff like water or survival gear. Generally, you don't want to put heavy stuff in your G suit or your pockets because when you eject at 400 miles an hour, everything is magnified. So if you put a pound of water down there and you eject, your foot's going to flail and break. I mean, that happens. So you generally don't have a lot of weight in these things when you go fly. But this is exactly what every pilot flies in. And oh, by the way, when is this class over with? This class is over with at 33. We have a couple minutes. In addition to doing this, you don't realize that aviators have a lot of other protective material. When you fly over the ocean, you're worried about ejecting out and freezing to death because the water's cold. So how would you protect yourself from freezing to death?
Warm clothing.
Clothing. What do you do when you scuba dive and it's cold?
Wetsuit.
Wetsuit, correct. But what is better than a wetsuit?
Dry suit.
A dry suit. And it's actually called a poopy suit. Okay? And so the exact situation when you fly, and I flew half dozen times or so, 4 or 5 times, over the Atlantic from America, you would get in your regular underwear and put on your regular t-shirt, but then you would put a flannel long john that you zip up, and actually it's in the display case at our lobby. Go look at this flannel, real warm, warm insulated underwear. So you got like 3 layers. And then on top of that, you put your poopy suit. And a poopy suit is a dry suit that goes straight and tight around here, so you can jump out in the water and not die immediately because of the cold. And then you have a flight suit on top of that. So you have like 4 layers, and then on top of that, you have a G suit and a G vest. So what happens when you're flying across the Atlantic and it takes 6 or 7 hours, or you're flying in Desert Storm from North Carolina to Oman or Saudi Arabia, and you have to go to the bathroom? What happens? It's not like Hollywood, okay? This is a lot different than Hollywood. The real life is you actually plan to fly, and you don't eat Mexican food the night prior, and you make sure that your body has less fiber and fluids so that you don't have to go to the bathroom for 8 hours or 9 hours. It's an issue. It's an issue. It's not what you think about when you watch these TVs of the people happening. All right, we're going to finish up right now the last little bit of Chapter 1. On page 223, we've talked about the G suit there on the bottom of 223. 225, we talk about spatial disorientation. Remember, we actually had everybody stand up and get disoriented. One of the hazards of flying is if you get spatially disoriented. I have a picture here of a video of a spatial disorientation, and this is an F-16 person who did not know that he was disoriented. And I'm going to play it, and I guess what I'll do is I'm going to cancel out some of the audio. Okay, this is a guy who's flying straight and level, and the way it works is this is his airspeed over here, 290 miles an hour. This is where he's actually going. This is straight and level. Okay, this is his altitude, 8,000 feet. And he's doing quite well. Now, all the other stuff on his heads-up display is navigation, basically, and targeting. But you can see that when he's looking up, he sees black. And if he's flying over the ocean, what is down?
Black.
Black. He's over the ocean. Okay, so he is now completely disoriented. He's now going 15 meters, and he's just up and down, up and down. Completely disoriented because when you're flying out over the ocean, the black of the ocean looks like the black of the sky. And his airspeed is now down to 240, 250. Now he's going straight down. The airspeed's going up. He's by himself. He cannot recover. He realizes he could potentially die. He's actually talking on the radio to his flight lead, his wingman. And the wingman's saying, recover on the round gauges. And this is a disorientation situation where he was not able to recover and he almost had to eject. He eventually saved himself by going to the round dials, the old-timey dials, where he could see a trend of going up and down. But when you're looking out at the ocean, you see black up, black down, you're completely disoriented. This is a visual from the outside of how he was going up and down. Look at the altitude, 3,000 feet, 2,000 feet. He's almost ready to crash into the ground. This particular one, he killed himself. So, the bottom line is that with disorientation, you can actually be disoriented quite easily in a plane, just like it talks about there on page 235, 236, because of your whether or not you know which way is up. A lot of your orientation is visually. When you're driving actually or flying and you don't know which way is up or down, visually you are fooled and you have to trust your instruments. Yes, sir?
Why is everything black?
It's at night. Okay, at night, and he did not have his infrared systems on, which we have in the F-15, where you could actually see a sky above you. But even at night, if you're flying out at night and it's completely dark, and there's the same light, no light above, no light below, you don't know which way is up or down. And so you have to be oriented via your actual computers and your systems. Okay, on page 237. Cigarette smoking. What does cigarette smoking do to your ability to accept oxygen? Cigarette smoking makes you hypoxic. It absolutely it absolutely wipes you out and makes you not accept oxygen. Okay, car, just stand up. I appreciate you interrupting my class twice. Thank you. And so when you're smoking cigarettes, you're actually proving to your body that it doesn't want to accept oxygen, and you're becoming hypoxic. So if you're actually cigarette smoking and you go climb Mount Humphreys, 14,000 feet, you're more than likely to be hypoxic. It's just a fact. I've actually had people in my plane from the Vietnam era who liked to smoke cigarettes, and they would smoke cigarettes before they'd get into the plane and fly with me. And you know what? The guys would kind of act kind of different, because they would kind of be high, right? They get the high of cigarette smoking, and then plus you'd be flying at altitude. All right, that is actually finishing up our lesson 1, and we'll be going on to lesson 2 on Monday.